Hello YouTube, welcome back to Case Technologies, and in today's video we're going to take a look at how to work with HTML5 and build out a basic website and all the basic website parameters and syntax. So let's go ahead and get started. You're going to need two things. You're going to need some type of text editor or IDE. You're going to need some type of web browser that you like. I prefer Firefox when doing this, but you can also use Chrome. It's pretty good as well. So I'm just going to put this to the side. Then I'm going to open up Visual Studio Code. And I want to do a new window because I don't want all my old junk in there. And we're going to say a new file and file save as, and we want to name this file something that we're going to actually remember, and I'm going to call it hello.html. And then when you start with any web document, you want to go ahead, or any HTML document or basic web document, you want to just go ahead and frame it out first with HTML, and you want to have your closing tags. All right, I'm going to keep it very simple right now. And then you have what they call the body, and the body is where all of the contents goes in. You kind of have to think about it like a sandwich, right? The outer buns are going to be HTML, then the rest are going to be the toppings, and then the meat is going to be whatever your content is. So your H1 tags, your paragraphs, and things like that, and so on. So this is just a simple layout. I'm just going to lay it out right here. And in here, we just want to put a H1 tag and close it out. And in between the H1 tags, or between any of the tags that has the meat and potatoes, or the main part of your sandwich, you want to just go ahead and put your text here. And right now we're going to just say hello world. Right? And then we're going to go ahead and save that. Control S if you're using Visual Studio. Let's close out of that. And then you're going to want to open this into your web browser, right? So you have to then locate your file based on whatever system you're using. If you're using Windows, you have to use your Explorer. And I'm just going to go to Documents, and I'm going to select hello.html. Now you can either drag this into your browser, or you can double click it. I'm going to drag it in because I want to use Firefox. And voila, as you can see, we have hello world. We can also sit here and add additional items to this, right? So we can do something like this. Let's get some lines, and we can add additional tags, right? I'm going to do some closing tags, and ignore this right now. I'm just doing this to go ahead and get multiple lines in there quickly. And you're just going to have to come here and just say 2, 3, 4, 5, and then do the same thing on the other side. 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to say 5. And these are all headings tags. That's what the H is. The H1 is the main one. It's the largest one. So then 2 is a little smaller. So however you want to set up your text, you use the H tags for headings and things like that. So we're gonna say, all right, let's do this. This is the H tag. So here, okay. And I'm gonna exit out of that. 3, 4, and 5. Now, once we save it, we should see it pop up. Control S. Oh, we have to actually refresh. So let's go ahead and refresh. Now you can see all of the headings type of tags right here. We have hello world, as you can see, is the largest. And then we have this is the H2 tag, H3, H4. All right, so that's just basic heading. So if you want to write some actual text, you would actually use a paragraph tag. So we can come in here and do a P for paragraph. That's what that represents. And then we want to come to the internet and we want to select, we want to search for lorem. It's L-O-R-E-M. Ipsum, I think it is lorem ipsum. And it's just find the first generator you find that has some type of text. And it says right here, do you want 5 paragraphs, words, 5 words, bytes, list? We're going to do just 1 paragraph. All right, generate the lorem ipsum for us. So here we go. I have one large dummy text of a paragraph that I can go ahead and use in this page right here, this web page that we're creating, and paste that in between the P tags. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and control save. And then we're going to flip right back over here and we want to hit refresh. And now we have a nice paragraph under our main heading right here. And you can see how that's done. Now, let's say we want to emphasize a section of this lorem ipsum, particular sentence or something like that. And I'm just going to come to the Morbi Felicis S Rhesus area. So let me scroll over. All right. So we know this is Morbi right here. Let me make that larger. So we see this is Morbi. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an EM tag. And I want the beginning part of this to be emphasized or bolden. Now, there's several ways you can make words bold or bold out words, and we're going to get there in a second. So let's go ahead and refresh. And this is going to be actually italicized. It's going to stand out and be different. So it's going to emphasize like that. But we want to make it actually bold, right? So let's just use the B tags to make it bold. All right. Let's say Control S on that same block of text. And then you come here and refresh with F5. And there it goes. It's bold, right? You can also bring about italics or italicize your text by using the I tag. All right, so change out the B's and then do I. So it should just look just like that. And we're going to say Control S. And then we're going to go F5. And it's italicized again, just like when you're providing an emphasis or you're trying to emphasize a certain block of text. It's the same, basically the same tags. I mean, same outcome, different tags. So you just have to pick which one you like more. I like to use the I. It's better for me. It's quicker. So let's look into how we can break up our pages and not just with headers, but with other tag forms of tags. So we're going to come in and I'm going to go to right below that paragraph tab, and right above the H2 header, I'm going to go ahead and introduce HR tag, which is a horizontal rule. And basically what that does is it takes a line and places a line in the middle of the page to separate your content or your images so that the viewers can actually have spacing and separation between your content. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that looks like now. Let's go. So that you can see it, we're going to actually make this full screen, and we're going to go ahead and refresh it. And there you go. So now we can see that the page has been separated. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to come underneath the H3 tag and add, actually, I'm going to add a horizontal rule after each one of these tags so we can see how that breaks up the page really nicely when you use them like that. All right, so move this to the side. And we're just going to go ahead and copy this. And then just going to enter it in after each line. Control V. Ooh, Control Z, because I didn't copy like I thought it did. Copy. I'm going to paste it. And again, we're doing it after every line, after every heading tag. And again, paste. And we're just going to stop right before the H5 because nothing comes after that one. I'm just going to say refresh. And now everything is separated. And let's go ahead back to the lower Epson page and let's get some more paragraphs. I'm going to ask for 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to ask for 4 more paragraphs. Generate lower. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to enter these in separately. And the reason why I'm doing that, I'm going to enter them separately because I want to have unique paragraph for each section so that it breaks up a little differently. Remember, put in between each P tag. Paste. Same thing. And what we can do is we can start tabbing inside of the horizontal rule if it's starting to get messy for you. And bring the paragraphs in a little. And headings with the paragraphs. All right, I have another. We want to do the other paragraph here. And this one, copy. This is where stuff can get kind of messy. Just make sure you're keeping track of everything that you're doing. Tags, your closings, your opening closings. Copy the last paragraph. All right. Control S to save if you're using Visual Studio. And we're going to come back over here and F5. So now we have pretty much the entire page set up and filled out with paragraph text, headings for each section, and we have our horizontal rules. So let's say one of your paragraphs are too jumbled and you want to go ahead and start a new line. Well, we can come up to that first paragraph that you say that I have, and I can say, okay, I'm gonna hit return. All right. And I'm gonna hit return again after each period because I want everything to be consolidated and easier to visualize. Right. But then, and then you save it, right? So you hit your Control S, you save it, everything's consolidated, and you feel like it should be like that on your page. So let's go F5. Nothing changes. The reason why that nothing changes is because HTML doesn't really care about white space. So you have to use a different tag like BR, which is break, short for break. And if I really want this to start a new line right before Morby, I would have to do, it would be similar to that of a horizontal rule. And I would put the BR in there and close bracket. And then I would have to come over here. Oops. And let's refresh it. And press F5. And there we go. Voila. It starts on a new line. And that's how you get a new line started. And let's change that because I don't like the italics. It's not showing up like I like. I want to be able to show that there's something new and different. Yes. And then you would say F5, right? More facilis S recess. There you go. Now let's say you have some text that you want to go ahead and cross out. All right. We're going to go ahead and make that happen. We're going to use the delete tag right here on Dolor. And we're going to say Control save. So just pick some type of random text. I know your lorem ipsum is going to be different. So just, it doesn't matter what words you put on, just place it somewhere. And then we're going to go ahead and refresh in the Firefox page. F5. And as you see, Dolor is crossed out. Right? So something that might really help or might make sense to you is, let's go back to the text page really quickly. Something that might make sense is if you're on a site or you're trying to run an ad or a pricing setup, you might say original delete $5.99. All right, and you might say sale is plus $3.99. All right, and oops, I'm a little overboard with that. We just want to say $3.99 is the sale. So we do a Control S, save. And let's see, we got rid of the original price. And you put the sale for $3.99. But if we wanted them on different lines, we just go ahead and put the break so that they can be on top of one another. And there you go. Voila. Say original is this, sales is this. And we can also do something a little unique here too, is we can run some inline CSS. on it. We can say see, run a div on it. All right. And you can use inline style with almost anything. I'm going to say color. So let me open up so you can actually visualize it. So I'm just using a div, but there's other types of tags, separated tags or basic tags, where you can just add a style sheet to. And let's say color. We're going to make it red. So this right here is going to open up for CSS. And then this color red is going to be applied to the $3.99 price. So you can see that it's a high price. And there you go. It's colored $3.99. But we want to keep it on the same line. We wouldn't want to use a div to divide. Span might be a good one. Let's do span. And there we go, span. Add your style sheet inline. And then you can show the price is $3.99, but I don't like, I don't know if I like the dollar sign like that, but hey, it works. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe. We have more HTML and CSS videos coming for you. Thanks again. Please share as well.